It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Carolina. It's the Rams and the Panthers on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Stafford. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Fielded at about the 28. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Corral. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
On the play fake, Corral. On the move to his left. Complete to Bryant. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there at 22. Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game. To the air again, here's Corral. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Panthers have struck first in this NFC title game. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. From down near the goal line, here's Corral. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And some room to roam, and nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, 87 yards. And the Panthers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC championship game. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw, Stafford. Finding his target, it's Ward. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now it's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Carolina offense about ready to go.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first two drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a three-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Back to throw, Corral.
Got a man here, it's Bryant. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Corral looking to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Panthers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Stafford. He'll get this to Ward. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Stafford. And he checks this one down to Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Stafford. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. On the stop was Aaron Donald. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Denver Broncos who are heading back to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams, and they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half, and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Our two squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's fought for Marvel. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
123 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
On second down, here's Corral. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Quick slant, caught by Moore.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want more victim to it themselves.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
We're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. Now Corral.
Throw left side complete. That's Bryant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd and 7, Corral. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Corral to Moore there, good for the Carolina first. And Corral will throw it.
Touchdown, Panthers. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like the Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets.
Extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And it is 28-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte.
Stafford looks to throw again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him to like a turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
That pass complete to Moore.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Again, it'll be Hubbard.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
The extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. One last throw here for Stafford.
That's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.